Hello. Now this is the second part of the mini orchard project, nearly forgot. So this is it behind me. You can see I've started to dig out some of the garden beds, the fruit trees around them. Now I wanted to go for round, so I hope you can see some of these are round. I've dug them out round because I wanted to keep that kind of circular feeling to it. But then I don't know, I just kind of, on thinking about it, like, I don't know if this sounds geeky or not, but like when I'm doing my garden and stuff like that, like I'm obviously, I feel like that when I'm in the garden doing stuff, regardless of what it is, I'm kind of just working, not mechanically, but just automatically and doing stuff. My mind kind of turns off, which is great because it's, becomes a nice meditative process for me. And I find that when I'm not in the garden, I'm still thinking about the garden. So I'm not physically doing anything, but I'm mentally thinking about it. Often when I go to bed, like, that kind of period between when you actually lie down and before you go to sleep, I often kind of lie there. I'm such a garden geek, and I often lie there and think about, what can I do in the garden tomorrow, and what have you. And the whole kind of concept of having a square around it kept popping into my head, and it was kind of going against what I wanted to do. Like, I didn't want that, straight line thing, but then it just kept occurring, so I've kind of started doing the square line thing. So hang on, we'll go down and I'll show you. Alright, so this is one here. Let me just go back a bit. This is a cherry tree. So you can see I've kind of done that square. Now you can see in the centre there, that's one of the water spikes that I've got in there. Now that goes along underneath all the trees. You can see that one's round. That's what I originally did, so you can see the round ones. But I'm kind of thinking of keeping it as a square pattern, and maybe letting some of the grass grow in between the trees. I don't know, I've kind of got this vision in my head of how I want it to look. I don't know, well, kind of as it pans out and I do more videos, I'll show you. But you can see all the piles of stuff because it's all just runner grass here, like buffalo, and it's a nightmare. Some of them have been not so bad to kind of dig out, like relatively easy. Some of them have just been like that much, honestly, like a mattress of buffalo grass. Like you just keep digging and digging and pulling out runners. So again, I guess with the square, that's going to make it easier for me as far as mulching it, because I really need to do something to keep that runner grass at bay, or else it's just going to come back. And because it's so prolific and such a runner, everything you feed and water onto those fruit trees is really going to be absorbed first by that runner grass, and then secondary to the tree. So, and then secondly to the tree, I should say. So I really don't want to rob the tree, like all that effort and everything. And so the square shape itself lends itself easier to me for weed mat, newspaper, things like that. So I can put down a really good thick layer of newspaper, of soy-based ink newspaper initially, and then some weed mat, porous weed mat, and then I can mulch on top, pea straw, or whatever I'm going to use. So that kind of lends itself a little bit easier for me to do that. So we'll see how we go. I'll get behind the camera and I'll just kind of show you what I've been doing. So you can see there's the old drip system that was there. Now you can see how old it is because of how close it is to the tree. So the root system of this tree, generally the tip roots of a tree will kind of pan out. The same height of the tree laid down is basically where the root system will go. And look, there you go. She likes earth, freshly dug earth. I don't know why. She's meant to be a girl, and she likes rolling around the soil. Anyway, and you can see that upper water pipe there too. So that's how old they are. So that'll come out, and I'll move that out a bit further. And the drip system, don't know. It's going to be a real palaver to pull that up and do it again. So I don't know. We'll see how I go. So I've basically just dug down. This one's one of the not so bad ones. So it's only kind of been dug down to about 50 mil, 5 centimetres. so not so bad. Some of them have been really quite hard, but this one's not so bad. This is a pear tree, and this was one of the round ones. And I just did a little experiment with some clay out of the dam to see how it kind of held up over a week or so as a border around it, but I don't know, we'll see how we go. I'm actually going to put up string lines along here, so right to the end there, right up here, and that'll give me a good indication of the actual like diameter and everything, radius of the square that I'm putting on, and I can kind of keep a consistency with each one then, rather than, you know, having them all different shapes and what have you. So yeah, it's coming along. Some of the trees, we're coming into winter now obviously, so I'll go through the whole pruning process as well. Some of the trees just haven't done well. There was a peach, a couple of things I knew wouldn't do well. They were transplanted last year, they were already in bad shape. I kind of transplanted them hoping that we'll see what happens, if they kick on or not. A couple of them haven't. I've already pulled one out. Another peach tree's got to come out as well, so I'm going to actually move a couple of apples from the site and put them on here. And I've got 3 loquat trees, so I'm in rows of 3 and 3 by 4 at the moment, so I'm going to change that to 3 by 5, and there's going to be more loquat trees on there too. So still relatively small as far as orchards go, you know, loosely using the term orchard, but we'll see how we go. Cool, I'll keep you updated. Alright, thanks for watching, see ya.